I really, really hope that Sam doesn't become the most hated black man in Korea. Hey guys, it's Selasie here again, and I'm gonna do a get ready with me and to see how I do this look. And we're gonna talk about Sam OKYERE and the blackface incident, along with his slanted eye incident, along with his apology, along with the anti-black and racist xenophobic comments he's getting, along with blackface and anti-blackness in Korea. It's gonna be an eventful video. So if you like things like this, subscribe to my channel. And if you wanna know when I'm coming out with new content or when I'm talking about these topics, follow my TikTok, because I already talked about it on TikTok. Follow my Instagram, because I'm always posting things on Instagram. And follow my Twitter, because no one follows my Twitter, and I literally have a thread of petitions for people to sign. So do all of those things, and there's more things like K-pop nostalgia, and that you guys can check out in my description box below, and exciting things like fundraising, streaming for a Children's Miracle Network hospital, and my courageous creativity stuff. And I have a lot going on in my life, so get involved, get connected with me, and comment down below what you think of the situation, because it's about to get serious in this video. Okay, let's get into it. So today I'm gonna prime my face, and then we're gonna talk about how all of this started. So many of you guys probably know by now, if you're into K-pop, the very popular account, the KT, and they usually post news related to K-pop, K-pop entertainment. That's how they started. Then they start posting more general stuff about Korean and just Korean culture and Korean news. And they posted the headline about the high school students that did blackface. And a lot of famous people have started to see their content because they're so big and see their posts and news reports. So Sam obviously saw it. So Sam saw the post and he reposted it. He reposted it and talked about blackface and how he's educated, and talked about it several times before, and how he was really disappointed. He was very, very kind in his speech. He didn't say anything offensive or, you know, say anything rude about the kids or anything. He was just showing his great disappointment that this is still a thing in 2020. And I mean, let's be honest, black people are tired. We're tired of it. It's 2020. We have been going through this for 400 plus years now, and this shouldn't be a thing. This shouldn't be something that's still an issue. And the fact that these are high school students that apparently they had a long history of doing parodies in that school and stuff like that. There's anti-blackness on a global scale, and this is rooted in colonization. But what boggles me is, especially since the Black Lives Matter movement has gone global, is that even places like in China, where they are putting Muslims in concentration camps and literally killing them and torturing them, and places like Japan, where they don't even protest their own, you know, political issues in their nation, recognize Black Lives Matter, and they went to the streets, and they were, at least I know in Japan, there was like a lot of people out there protesting. But in Korea, a nation that benefits, out of all Eastern Asian nations, South Korea benefits the most off of black culture. I can do a whole video talking about that. That is a fact. They're fully aware of it. It's not, no, they know, especially through K-pop. They benefit from black culture. One Asian culture that benefits from black culture the most, they seem to be the most anti-black and racist. Only 70 people in their capital went to the streets and protest Black Lives Matter. And Korea, it's not like protesting is foreign to them. Korea protests. They protest anything. They protest the variety shows being unfair. So they're very much able to protest. I put powder, it's the aspen powder, or however you pronounce it. I put it on my face so my face is less oily. It doesn't really work that well, nothing. But I need to find a new technique because I have really, really bad oily skin. But if you have any makeup techniques, let me know. I think I have to let it sit a while. That's why I don't let it sit. I just like, let's see if we can let it sit and it'll work. But yeah, Korea has a very bad anti-black issue. Like, we see blackface on television in the 21st century. There are variety shows where we have seen blackface, idols that we've seen do blackface. I'm talking about blatant blackface. And then we have issues of culture appropriation and anti-blackness, and them saying the N-word, and them saying racist things, and them saying things about, you know, Africans, and then it extends to them saying racist things about Hispanic and Latino people, and them saying racist things about South Asian people, and you know, all this, like, it's like really, really bad. And it's like, and things have been changing. People have been trying to educate, you know, the general public, because, you know, racism is and ignorance is a global issue, correct? It's not just isolated South Korea. But and Sam has been one of the people in that. He's been a part of the movement to educate South Koreans on things like this, right? This is literally his job. In his bio on his Instagram, it says cultural diplomat. This is his job to talk about these things. He just got out of a TED Talk. A TED Talk. He had interviewed twice with Asian Boss, talking about these issues and talking about Black Lives Matter. People look to him to talk about these things. And Sam has been in Korea, I forgot how long, but he's been there, I believe his K-drama account 2013, 2014, and he was there prior as a student. He got there by scholarship. So he's been there for a while. He just recently got his permanent residency. It takes 5 years and a whole process of testing and learning about the Korean culture and history and politics. He's very well rounded on this stuff. It takes all of that to get your permanent residency, and he went through the process and he got it. So this man isn't just some marine dink. Like, he knows more about Korea than I do, obviously. Like, he knows more about Korea than probably you do. And it's like, this man really took the time out of his, you know, to learn about this culture, because he really, he says he loves Korea. You know, and I'll get into everything, but he was disappointed. So he posted about it, as it is, I said, his job to do. And of course, the racists found him. Because there's anti-blackness in Korea. The racist found him. Telling xenophobia, also another thing. They were telling him to get out of the country, that he needs to leave, for speaking up about blackface. Something that is blatantly wrong. Blackface. He spoke up about blackface. And they were telling him to leave the country. Like, this is beyond me. Then people who, you know, the Karens decided that, you know, we can't blatantly tell him to, like, you know, go home and say all these racist things about, you know, him being black. So let's figure out a way. So they started to point out little things like, why'd you post the kids? I still feel so bad for the students. First of all, that post, he didn't make that post. That post came from the KT. The KT posted it. I didn't see, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see nobody spamming them, talking about why you posting these kids. Why you posting these kids on here? Blah, blah, blah. I feel bad for the children. Y'all know why you were saying that, because he's black and he's saying it. Y'all know why y'all were saying that. Second of all, people were complaining about the hashtag he used. He used hashtag K-pop-T. The post is originally from the KT. I'm pretty sure he meant to hashtag the KT. But I said it on my TikTok, and I'll say it here again. It doesn't matter. You know people use hashtags that don't matter. You can see people use, say you post a K-pop post. I see it all the time. People are gonna hashtag stuff that are not that idol, right? Like, I'll post something of Kai, and I'll hashtag all the members of EXO. Are you gonna tell me it's not appropriate for me to post Kai and then hashtag Chenyo, because people do it all the time? Y'all know why we use hashtags. We use hashtags to promote and push our posts. He doesn't need to, because he's so famous and popular. He doesn't need to do that, but he did. It's so common. It's so common. And I say this because you guys know that I run K-pop Nostalgia. And when I posted about it on K-pop Nostalgia, one person had the guts to come to me and say, I don't think your hashtags are appropriate. This has something to do with K-pop. And I said, my account has to do with K-pop. You're gonna tell a K-pop account that you can't use K-pop hashtags? Y'all know why you brought it up. Literally, move it to a different platform, TikTok. Every time something's trending, people will use all the trending hashtags and their post has nothing to do with what's trending. They'll be talking about Black Lives Matter and they'll use hashtag Frog Day and on what TikTok recipes. Come on now, we know it's to promote and boost your post so more people can hear your message. Like, don't act dummy with me. We know, you know, we all know. It's not. Come on, this just like y'all. That was just petty. That was petty. That was petty because you guys knew you know why you're really mad. You're mad because it's a black man speaking. That's why you're mad. You're mad because it's a black man calling out Korea for their anti-blackness. You're not mad because of the hashtag. Just be honest. Just tell us. I'm telling you, racists just need to be honest. Just tell us you're racist. Because it's we don't like that petty sneaking around stuff. You thought you found a loophole. Like, no. It was so petty. And then, so that happened. It makes viral news. It's on all the K-pop. It's on, I don't know if somebody reported it, but I know Korea Boo reported it. Everyone's talking about it, right? And then, oh my gosh. And see you later. And then Sam issues an apology. He apologizes for not having the children's consent to post the picture that he posted from a news source that made the post in the first. It's beyond me. And he apologized for using K-pop hashtags, even though I remind you, he's in the industry. He was literally on Music Core, Music Bank. I need to check to make sure. He was just on there yesterday. And his post literally was talking about on and off screen that blackface is an issue, but yet I don't think he should have apologized for that. Yet he still, out of the kindness of his heart and his love for Korea, posted his apology. Right? The racists are still raging and still saying things as usual. But then the racists, you know what they did? They found something about our dear old boy Sam. They found him on a variety show doing slanted eyes, and y'all know what that is. I'm not doing it. Come on now, but y'all know what it is. I'll post a picture. You'll see it. He did that when on the show they told him to make an ugly face. Right? Offensive. I said it on my TikTok. Like I said, that you guys should follow because that's where I'm most active. I said it on my TikTok. I'll say it here again. It was wrong. It was offensive. It shows an internal bias that he has, that monolids and eyes like that are ugly. He may not consciously believe that, but subconsciously at the time of that filming, he did. And so he inherently reacted in such a way because of his internal biases that he had yet to confront. I am not Sam. I cannot tell you if he has changed since. He has not made a public statement about it yet at the time of this filming, but I suspect that he will apologize about it because, as I said, he is a cultural diplomat. This is his job. His job is to bring us together, not separate us, right? He made a mistake. It's a great learning opportunity, and you're wondering why I'm being so lenient with the man. Well, I'm really not. It's offensive. I don't do that stuff. You know, I remember people do it in elementary school. And they'll, you know, say like offensive names that I ain't gonna say. But I never thought it was funny. I never thought it was cute. I never thought it was appropriate. Or they'll make jokes like, oh, you eat dogs and stuff like that. That's like, you know, all these racist things that aren't funny or okay. But even Sam, when he talks about these issues, he's very different compared to me. He's very nice about it. He's always talking about it comes from a place of ignorance and not knowing. And when he's talking about blackface, thinks this is severe as blackface. You know, he says it in that way. And so I'm going to say the same thing. It comes from a place of ignorance and not knowing, and we can all educate ourselves and learn. Correct. Let's be that diplomatic about it. And so the racists found that, and instead of having a productive conversation on why we, as a society, the world is becoming small, guys. The world is becoming small. And because of that, we have to respect and learn other people's cultures. We can't live in the dark. It's not the Stone Ages. We can't live in our ignorance with our eyes closed and do these offensive things without any inherent consequences. We have to take the time to understand and learn about people's cultures, period. There's no if, ands, or but about that statement, right? Instead of taking that chance to say, you know, Sam, you were wrong too, you know, and we hope that, you know, first of all, I've never heard about this incident beforehand, so I don't know why it wasn't brought up before. Maybe it was and I just didn't see it, but like, it's like they used it. What I'm trying to say is they weaponized this serious situation to push their racist and xenophobic narrative. Like I said, netizens were commenting, telling him to go back to his country, even though he has literally a wife and child in Korea and has his permanent residency. Okay. Okay. Like, that's not racist or anything, sure. Like, they're literally so racist to what, like, the things they're saying to him. They were sympathizing with people who were literally, like, it wasn't just any type of blackface. Guys, it wasn't just any type of blackface. It was blackface mocking people's funeral traditions. Funeral, dead. Wow. Like, even without the darkening of the skin, it's still offensive. It's so offensive. And the fact that even they were somehow sympathizing says a lot to me. It's like, what? What? Like, someone literally said, I know blackface is wrong, but you didn't have to do the kids like that. And the minute they said, look at Sam, how dare you talk about blackface while you're doing this? What? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. What he did was wrong. But that doesn't change the situation of blackface. What he did was offensive. But that doesn't change the situation of blackface. What he did was racist, let's be honest. But it doesn't change the situation of blackface. It doesn't change it. It doesn't change the topic. It doesn't. So I don't know why they thought that they really got him with that one. But you really didn't. It's still blackface. It's still offensive. And we all need to work to educate ourselves about people's cultures and history and, you know, not be offensive and racist. Is it that hard to understand? But instead, y'all use it to be more offensive and racist. Like, how could you? Come on now. It really just, it's beyond me. So I suspect that he's gonna issue an apology about that. I was literally saying the other day, I was like, where's Sam? What has Sam been doing? Where is my boy Sam? He's been real quiet. And then he starts performing on Music Core Bank. I should really check to make sure. And then he has a TED Talk, and I'm like, wow. Now his career is probably over. They're not as forgiving. You know why? Because he's black. They're not gonna be as forgiving to him because he's black. So it really just, I don't know. I feel so bad. I really do. Because it's like, you try to do good and somehow it turns bad. You try to make a difference and somehow you become the villain, right? And it's like, I don't know why, first of all. Let's talk about this, guys. The situations are not the same. I already said in this video that what he said shows that he had an inherent bias regarding monolid eyes, correct? And the video showed that. There's no denying it. But these kids took the time out of their day to find a casket. Find outfits similar to what people wear at funerals. Spend money. Find foundation, which I don't even know how they did it, to darken their skin tone. Took a picture and took the time to post it. And through that whole process, they didn't think for a second, maybe this could be offensive. And you want to compare it to a heat of the moment situation? You know it's not the same. I don't even have to tell you it's not the same. It's not the same. Both are offensive, both are racist, both are wrong. But one was premeditated. Like, come on, guys. Don't argue with me about this. If we're talking about, let me go a little lawyer on you. If we're talking about murder, we're getting real serious. There is premeditated murder, that is first degree. There is non-premeditated murder, but shows intention to kill, second degree. And you have manslaughter, accident, no premeditated, no intent to kill the person. So we have premeditated racism. You took the time out your day to really think about this. And you said, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Not premeditated racism, slipped up in the moment. Say, you know, you said the N-word in public. Like, kind of like when Lehigh was singing a song on V Live and she said the N-word and then she said, oh, you know. And even if you say it and then you don't apologize, there's degrees to this. It's not premeditated, but it shows that you have an inherent racism that you think is okay, that word's in your vocabulary and it's something you need to work on. Correct, right? Right. And then you have manslaughter. It was an accident. I don't think any racism can be considered an accident. I really don't. Unless you, okay, we will consider racism that you really just didn't know, like coming from a true place of ignorance. Like you just really didn't know that was offensive. Like say, like cultural appropriation. I don't want to put cultural appropriation down there, but say you found something really cool and you had no idea it was a part of somebody else's culture and you know, buy it. Like I just saw like TikTok about dream catchers, right? So people bought it, they didn't know the importance, probably didn't even know it came from Native American culture. Maybe, I doubt it, they probably didn't know. But say just in a given situation, you live on a rock and you accidentally appropriate someone's culture somehow. And you know what I mean? Like you just didn't know it was culture appropriation. And that would be like manslaughter, you know what I mean? So these are the degrees of racism. Let's make a degrees of racism. You see how one is more severe than the other? They're all racist. Like I said, they're all racist. Let's make it clear. But one is not this other. They're not. Not every racism does not come in one size, my friend. And so people were using it to weaponize it against him, and they still are at this moment. Guys, this is just a mess. I don't even know what to say. Like, I feel like I've said everything I have to say. Like, Sam needs to apologize for what he did, and knowing him, he probably would. He probably will. People need to stop being racist and educate themselves. Did the kids even issue an apology? I'm waiting to find out, because that's racist. Like, that's literally, it's 2020. It shocks me. Like, when I saw the picture, I just blinked. And I thought to myself, I'm tired. It seems like a losing, like you can't win. It seems like you can't win. Black people, we're tired. We're tired of it. That's simple. And like, another thing, I remember someone commented, well, the first time he spoke about it, they said, you're real quiet when, with that video of that Asian person getting beaten up by a black person. Can we debunk that right now? I am sick and tired of people using that, because there are ignorant and racist people in every single walk of life. Let's get that one straight, okay? There are ignorant and racist people in every single walk of life, okay? I can't make a video every time something happens. I can't do it. I have a life. I have things to do. I have responsibilities. He can't. He's not a news source. He has to pick and choose his battles, okay? And you know you only said that. The reason, there's something people just like to put black people's name in their mouth. Why can't you accept the fact that blackface is wrong and racist without bringing up something else that has nothing to do with the situation? It's like me complaining about, I don't know, it's raining so much. I'm like, oh gosh, it's raining so much, guys. And it's almost like, you were real quiet during winter when it was snowing. What does that have to do with me complaining about the rain? My frustration is really showing. My frustration is really showing, because it's just like, I don't understand why people are bringing up things. They like to bring it up. They brought up a Black Lives Matter. They said, I'm not going to support Black Lives Matter because there's one video of one black person being racist towards an Asian person. Is that going to bring back any of the victims of police brutality in all seriousness? No, you're just a terrible racist person and you don't want to admit it. So you're trying to find a scapegoat to excuse your racism instead of confronting the issue. And it's just really sad. And I've been quiet about it. I've been real quiet. I've just been looking at these people. I've been looking at them like, wow. It seems like it's required as a celebrity to have a racist past. Like, it's like essential. Like, it's like, a rite of passage or something. Like, you need to have a racist past, because it's unbelievable how many people you can just dig up stuff on. Like, I had to think about myself. I had to go through my old Tumblr page. Like, have I ever been racist? And I couldn't find anything. I'm still looking for my racist past. we're still searching for her. Maybe it's because I feel like I was just lucky enough to be raised in an area where there's like literally everyone. I grew up around Asians, I grew up around Muslims, I grew up around people who were gay, I grew up around people who were transgender, I grew up around Hispanic, Latino people, I grew up around Black, both African and African American. I grew up around people who were even Caribbean, Dominican. I grew up just around, like, it was pretty good. Where I grew up was pretty diverse. Like, I feel like maybe like I'm just lucky enough to, but I feel like there's some ignorant people around me too that were also had that luckiness. But I feel like I just took my opportunity to educate myself. I don't know. I just never really, like, anytime I would see those things, I just knew it was wrong. And I'll talk about later videos. If you want me to make a video about, say, like, Asian fetishization and preference, baby, do I have a story for you? I can talk about it. Let me know. But, yeah, I feel like every celebrity has, like, a racist past. It's, like, bound to come out one day. Because it's crazy to me. It's like, all y'all? Like, all y'all were racist? The whole gang? Y'all all did that? Dang, like, everybody. It's all y'all, right? It's like, I just gotta sit there and wait. It's like, I can't trust nobody. But yeah, no. Blackface is a serious problem that should not be a problem anymore, because it shouldn't exist. I don't know why people still do it and think it's funny. Like, what's funny about making fun of the color of somebody's skin and their culture and especially their funeral culture? Something sacred, dedicated to the dead. Wow. But these are the same people like, they want to talk about Sam's hypocrisy. Let's talk about everybody's hypocrisy. I realized at a young age everybody's a hypocrite. And so y'all the same people, but if something happened, like say someone did the same thing with, I don't know, the Korean traditional burial ceremony, I have no clue. I could probably learn about that. It's fun. I'm not really into like funeral traditions, but I can learn about it if I want to. Because why not? I haven't watched a documentary in a while, so why not? But I don't know. But what if someone did that? What if someone took that and did yellowface? Y'all the same people that'll be jumping. That's all I'm saying. Y'all the same people that'll be jumping. It's like, keep the same energy. You know what I mean? Like, I talk a lot about different issues. At least I try to. Like I said, I'm one person. But I always think to myself when I post, right? I always think to myself when I'm posting something that isn't about Black people or Black Lives Matter. I think to myself, is one Black person, ignorant Black person, gonna comment under and be like, why are you so worried about Asian stuff? Why are you so worried about Asian culture? Why are you so worried about this? Blah, 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 blah. Like, but we never have that same energy because of colonization with white people. So it's like, I always worry about that, because there are very ignorant people that'll say they are only for their culture and their culture only. And white people culture. They won't admit it though, but colonization. It's like, I just feel like people really take the time out of their day to learn about other people's culture. Because we have no choice. We live in a globalized world. We're all interconnected. We're all close because of the internet and, you know, travel and transportation. And we're all close. So at this point, guys, there's no excuse. We just gotta learn. Where's my blush? We're gonna blush it out. This video is gonna be so long. I always use lipstick as blush. So much of the conversation of culture appropriation is going on right now, and I have to film my video on that eventually. But I want to do like a lot of deep in research and really talk about the issue properly, and probably do like a video essay kind of style. So stay tuned, subscribe for that, guys. Subscribe, share this video, let people know that I exist. But there's a girl who opens her mouth where she probably shouldn't. But I'm glad we're able to have this conversation, because, baby, I've been waiting for a lot of these conversations. I've been waiting for the, you know, how racial preference is racist conversation. I've been waiting for a lot of y'all. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to do my makeup with y'all, so you can see how much I suck at it and talk about it. Where are my lashes? I'm gonna put on my lashes, and talk about it. I feel like I can wear way more black now that my hair is this color, and it'll look good on me. I just wear a lot of black during my emo phase. My emo phase is gone. I wear more. Well, that's my video, just talking about everything that happened. I included everything, screenshots, everything. All the links will be down below of my social medias. And guys, tell me down below how you feel about the situation, because it seems that every time we try to start the conversation of things like blackface and cultural appropriation, something else is always brought in, and I feel like it's a problem of not understanding and respecting each other's culture, which it all roots in colonization. I feel like it all roots in colonization because we don't see this disrespect of white culture and Eurocentric values. We do not see it, but no, we don't see it as much like this, but it seems that minorities are always fighting each other, and we need to come together, because together we are powerful. There is power in numbers. I feel like such a public spokesperson, but it's true and it's important, and I want you guys to know that. And I will be filming another video today, because I looked really, really cute today. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, click that bell so that you will know when my next video drops, okay? So you don't have to wait and wonder like, oh, where's Selasie? Where's Selasie? I'm here. So yeah. Bye.